the Fantasy Podcast. News, reviews, and interviews from the world of myth and legend. With your host, Oliver McNeil.
Hello, it's Oliver from the Fantasy Podcast. Now, I'll just make a little update episode for you so I can just recap on the first two episodes we've had with Tom Baker, the legendary Tom Baker, who in episode 1 talked all about the Golden Voyage of Sinbad. He also told us about his amazing Lord of the Rings audition. You've got to listen to believe it. It's unbelievable. And he also told us some amazing stories about how he eventually got to be the Doctor. Now, episode 2, we only recorded it last Friday. It's going terribly well. And that's Ian Livingstone, who, if you don't know, he was the co-founder and co-creator of the Fighting Fantasy game books, which were massive over here in the 80s, and celebrate their 30th anniversary last year. And I went to his house and I was shooting his portrait, and we had an incredibly great chat all about his work, his past, what he's doing in the future, Oculus Rift, his favourite board games, some really exciting pieces of information that he released to us. And also I just wanted to tell you about some of the upcoming guests that I've managed to arrange. Firstly, I've got the amazing Peter Burrows, who was one of the actors. He runs Willow Management along with Warwick Davis, an agency for people of unusual height, people who have worked in Star Wars, Harry Potter. He himself has actually worked in Labyrinth, Dark Crystal, and some other amazing shows. Now, other guest we've got lined up is the editor of Marvel UK. He does all the UK comics, a chap called Brady Webb, who I used to know about 20 years ago, and I used to role play with him, and since then he's got into live role playing quite heavily. And I've also got talking about live role playing, Labyrinth, which is the oldest live role playing club, live action role playing club in the UK. They set up nearly 25 years ago, and they operate in a cave network very close to the edge of London, in a place called Chislehurst. That's come very soon. Now, next week I'll be going up to London to interview the chaps who are responsible for Nightmare. Not the original television show. They took it and adapted it for stage as a kind of homage and not parody really, but it's great fun. There's a lot of the players who might have done it as children have come back, and they're actually doing it as adults now. So listen to that for that one. That'd be very amusing. Now, a quick review. Unfortunately, we were going to have some amazing dice in the portrait with Ian last week, but unfortunately they didn't actually arrive until yesterday. And these dice, you can hear my hand, they're by a company called MDG, Metallic Dice Games, and I have to tell you, these are just things of beauty. They're metal, they're heavy, they're cold to the touch. They've little bits. The ones I've got are sort of gun metal, and they've got black writing, and they're never going to wear out. These are they're just incredible. I sent a set over to Ian Livingstone as well. I knew he'd definitely approve, and when we did the shoot, we had a little bit of trouble, amazingly, actually finding some dice for him to model with. These are so beautiful. I'll put some pictures up as well, but I encourage you to have a look at their website. They are on Twitter. I'll pop the link on here as well, and have a little look. They do them in different types of metal finish. They're They are beautiful. Anyway, so that's a little ramble out the way. Do come and join us on Twitter if you're not on there already. It's at TheFantasyPod, and we'd love to hear from you. And let us know who you'd like us to interview and see. We are, of course, based in the UK, so we are a little limited by structure. And I do really like to meet people face to face, because you can get a little bit of a better dialogue going and respond to things that are happening rather than Skype. We may do some Skype ones in the future, but for the moment I'm trying to meet these people face to face. Anyway, ramble over, and until our next full episode, goodbye for now.
Thank you for listening to the Fantasy Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe. We want to hear from you. Find and follow us on Twitter at the Fantasy Pod.